Oh, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE. Welcome, welcome, I say. Lovely to have you with us. And the time, 9 o'clock on Saturday, the 27th of May. You can't beat that, I say. And you're watching Scottie McCLUE. Here we are. Hi, everybody. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Now, lots of you joining us. That's just the way we like it. Notorious. We are the people, says Jordan. Hi, says everybody. Now, that's great, but tell us where you're watching from. It's very, very important, because then I can tell you where everybody is around the world, and that's what we like. I shall just move a little bit closer to you. There you are, and give you a chance to see me clearly. See what I just did there? Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, I say. Jamie and Jay have just joined us. God's child has joined us. I thought we were all God's children. They were from the Shetlands. Oh, Jordan, fantastic. Hashtag be happy. Hashtag be kind. Thank you very much for that. Very, very important. And how are we getting on? Hi, everybody. Hey, Dinky-Doo. Hello from Portugal. How lovely to have you with us from Portugal. A beautiful, beautiful part of the world where I decided to be a broadcaster. Pratt has just joined us, a.k.a. TJ, the DJ. Paisley calling. Love it, Dinky-Doo. That love it is the handle, of course. I say to you, and Dinky-Doo every day. Fantastic. Thank you, Kelsey. Very, very much appreciated. Jay has just sent me a heart. We like that. Guys, lots and lots to discuss tonight. Now, what I was thinking, these auditors, so-called auditors that cheek up to the police, we need to dump them from our society, even if it means a change in the law. Because these are the kind of people that lose us our rights, and we don't like that. We like to have our rights. We've got few enough of them left since the present mob took office. So there we are. Dinky-Doo from the Long Tun. Yes, indeed. Tell us where you're watching from, guys. It's great to give us all the stuff. This guy looks like a photographer. How fantastic. What does a photographer look like? A friend of mine once invited me to his house and said, and don't arrive looking like a millionaire. And I thought, what does a millionaire look like? Wonderful. Dinky-Doo. Join us on the YouTube channel as well. Of course, you can come and see us there. Watching from Lancashire, says Stormy. Fantastic. Scotty, you're looking good, mate. Love from Derry. From the beautiful Derry. Dinky-Doo. Celtic Park was bouncing today, Scotty. I'm in gut kosh. Bobby, welcome. And did you belt out God Save the King at the top of your voices? Yorkshire Independence, says 786. Watching from Newcastle, says Brandon. Well, Brandon, that's fantastic, eh? Are you looking at us now? Ham or cheese? Both, I would say, Ryan. A little bit of ham and cheese together. Very, very nice. Saves any argument. There we are. A big hello to Luton. Yes, indeed, love it, Luton. I love your lives. I thank you, Ryan. You're very, very keen. This is why I do them. You know, everybody says, what are you playing at, Scotty? Do you know, we did a random pop-up this afternoon it was about 3 o'clock. Yes, 3 o'clock, I think, round about then. To me, it looks like a very professional golfer. Well, do you know, Lana, I don't golf, but that's so kind of you. So there we have it. F Document has joined us. Hi, Scotty, says Susan. F Document says, hey, Scotty, why does your show not sit on YouTube with a link to the 9 p.m. show? I can never find it easily. Well, I might look at that, F Document, because it is possible to do so. Are you a Tory? Where on earth did you get that idea? My goodness me. You're so pretty. I thank you, Notorious. You're very, very kind to me. So they were, are you a Tory? No, we're apolitical. We don't do politics, but we do drink water. Cheers. Cheers, I say. There we have it. Now then, who's just joined us? Blushy has joined us. Blushy and Guro and Willie have joined us. What's the badge in the hat? That's the Scottie McCLUE badge. Can you see it? There we are. Guys, have a look at the YouTube channel as well as the TikTok. So there you are. Very, very important. Big swig of water. Yes, big swig of water. Very important. Hi, says Football. Hi, Football. Tell us where you're watching from, guys, so we can start to build the channel. So there you are. I like Rangers, says Notorious. Yes, but are you a Rangers fan or are you a Celtic fan? I mean, I like Celtic, but I also like Rangers. I'm in Suffolk. Lana, fantastic. Lana School in Suffolk. Beautiful part of the world. Have you ever been to Northern Ireland? I have, Adam. I know well. The Giants Causeway. Yes, indeed. Where are you from, says Eric. I'm from the universe, Eric. I'm a child of the universe. David McCafferty. Hi, Scotty. Had to go into YouTube to get my bell. It never rang. Dinky-Doo. David, that's just not fair. I did notice the YouTubers were a little bit tardy tonight in arriving. Hey, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, says Mac. Were you in the military? Well, I've been told I have a military bearing. So there we have it. Dinky-Doo, no Dinky-Doo on your YouTube, JD Donnelly. Right, we should be on the YouTube right now if you check it out. Guys, there's an easy link to the YouTube in the bio on TikTok. So up the top page, get following, please, as well. Big Tasty says, hi, we're in Scotland, you fae. Well, Bohid, we're kind of fae the West Coast. So there you go. I support HMFC. Is that the tax? You have to pay your tax to HMFC. Oh, no, that's HMRC. You're talking about HMFC, right? Got you. Can you congratulate Celtic and say up the Royal Artillery? I can, Jay. Yes, absolutely. God save the King, Celtic. That's what we love. East Kilbride, says Nivs. Hello from Aberbroth. Aberbroth, lovely to hear you here. Not my king, says Dyslexic. Dyslexic, don't be silly. Everybody's king. Yes, indeed. So there you are, dyslexic toaster. Everybody's king. Can you shout out my TikTok? Yes, indeed. So there you are. What do you mean, don't save the king? God saves the king, Cameron. Everybody saves the king. Hello from Pakistan, Akil. How lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. Just outside Glasgow, sir. Fantastic. Scotty, how are you, my friend? Oh, Brandon. Mon the Celtic. Now, guys, let's drop the football stuff. There we are. Nobody's really interested. Scottie McClue, no way, man. I grew up listening to you. Wait a minute, get it? Scottie McClue, no way, man. I grew up listening to you every night, man. Ha! I went to bed listening. Pete, there you are. We're back with you in your life now. And you can give us a call in a wee while. Cameron, what are you on about? No, he, not my king. Where on earth would you get that from? I'm from China, says Notorious. Ha, han, how, ni hao. Scotty, I like you and wish you well, pal, but not my king. The next goes to, of course, I like you. And everybody's king. What a silly thing to say, not my king. You know, I mean, are you saying that you're not British? Are you saying you're not from the British Isles? Are you saying you're not a Scot or an Englishman or a Welshman or a Northern Irish lad? You know, what are you saying? You know, why would you reject your king? So there you have it. Hi, David. I was looking forward to the show and couldn't find it. I had to keep refreshing. Here now, though, F document. That's strange, isn't it? I got the same problem. We need to do something about finding out how to get this YouTube channel out there. I'm sure something must be set to private. I cannot believe that after 11 years and 3,000 videos, we've only got 4,000 subscribers. That should be 400,000 or 4 million. Scotty, like you, I wish you well, but not my king. Well, yes, definitely your king. No doubt about it. Stop saying not my king. There we are. They murdered Diana Cameron. Diana died in a car crash. Yes, you're just into these conspiracy theories. Jacob's ladder has been climbed. That's brilliant, man. Can't mistake your voice. This is great. Used to love listening. Oh, Pete, fantastic. Does it just sound the same? Do you know that in about 4 weeks' time, we're coming up to 31 years of the Scottie McClue late night phone in? 31 years. I am from Canada, says Arth. Arth, welcome from Canada. We love you in Canada. Let's get sharing this YouTube channel, guys. So we'll share it on Facebook. User out of that. Right. So we're not on that. So we can't do that. Okay. That's no problem at all. So I can't do the Facebook thing at the moment. But we will do, guys. We will do the Facebook. Hold on and see if we can sort this out. All right. And what is that? Manage profiles. Manage profiles. All right. Let's change this. What a carry on, guys. Oh, my goodness. Right. I think that's that. So I've done that for you. Put that right there. And then I can do this, you see. Now, have I disappeared on YouTube or am I still with you? That's what I want to know. Welcome from Canada. We love you in Canada. There we are. So I'll just say Scotty Live now. Live right now. And I'll just put 9 p.m. Saturday. That should do it, shouldn't it? You know, Scotty Live right now, 9 p.m. Saturday, and that's gone to the feed and the story. Right, and then I'm coming back to you guys, and so I should pop back up on the YouTube. I need to know, have I been away? There we are. Have I been away on the YouTube, or did you miss me? Right, we're in now every day. Football says, I don't support the royal family. Well, you don't have to. They are self-supporting. There we go. No, you're still with us. Excellent, David. You didn't lose me at all. Football says, I don't support the royal family. Well, it's nothing to do with the royal family. It's supporting the crown. And you can't not support the crown and expect to live in a part of Britain. So there you have it, guys. So drop all this royal family stuff and start supporting the crown. Greetings, creatures from glorious Inverkip. We love Inverkip. Eliminated, says Divs, the Scottish sovereign. Not British, pal, dyslexic. Tell me where you're from. If you're Scottish, you can't be Scottish without being British. It's a physical, geographical, geological impossibility. So there you have it. I don't support the crown either. Well, football, what are you doing living in this country? What madness? What place do you have to live under the crown but not support it? That's biting the hand that feeds you. So there we are. Not everyone's king. Everyone's king, Cameron. Yes, indeed. No doubt about it. Notorious from Glasgow. DINKY-DOO. Scotland against tyranny. Yeah, well, we don't have any tyranny, apart from when we're told we can't be independent. From Glasgow, garbage capital of Europe. That's not true, JD. Glasgow's beautiful. The world stops today. Ronan, your day came 101 years ago, so you could drop all that. My only king was my late father. They're all family. Makes a difference to my existence. What's the dog's name? That's Lord Reith. Are you a lecturer? Yes, Declan, I do lecture. I lecture. There we are. Now, J118, I think you are in the wrong place altogether. So what we'll do, we'll just get rid of you. Right. Say bye-bye to J118, guys. Lovely to have you with us, guys. Should Scotland be independent? I think so, Peter Payne. Peter Payne asking if Scotland should be independent. I think so. Any facts about Robert Burns? Yes. He was a plewman lad. He was an extremely clever man. Very, very clever. So don't be fooled by that. And he died of endocarditis. So they are brought on, I think, by rheumatic fever. I'm half Scottish from Canada. Which half? Off with their heads, says Charlie. Charlie, we tried that rubbish 400 years ago and it failed. Threw the country into turmoil. You don't want civil war again. Don't be silly. And if you ever want independence, Charlie, step one, back the crown. 100%. Okay. Yes, I have to educate these people. Celtic Rangers, says Reese. Go and see them both play, Reese, and make your mind up. That's what it's about. Now, what have we got here? Are the phones on, Dinky-Doo? Fran says, yes, they will be. Bye, J118. Bye, J118, for being a dafty. There we are. Scotty, you used to be a customer in a local shop. Great seeing you, my friend. Daniel, Dinky-Doo. Used to love listening to the late night radio in Hallam and Barnsley. Drop bombs. A shout out for my friend Sean from Limerick, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. There was a young fella named Sean whose Scotty McCLUE he did put on. There we are. He loved the program and became a fan, and now he is on and on. Blood is not my ops, Dinky-Doo. Why should we be independent? Why should we not be independent? Would be a far healthier question. Who was Suitor Johnny? Suitor Johnny was a great pal of Robert Burns. So there you are, Suitor Johnny. Are you a supporter of the monarch, Scott? Well, I'm a supporter of the crown because you want Scottish independence. Step one, you support the crown. And the crown is Scottish. Well, it's Celtic. It's Irish originally. So there we are. Shout out to Big Davy. I meant off with the heads of those who do not support the crown. Quite right, Charlie. Got you now. Scotty, I know you're a top man. I remember you from your weekend morning roadshow at the Forge Market. Do you still do the Scott FM? Sadly, Scott FM doesn't exist, and it was Scotland's finest radio station. Wonderful. So there you have it. Right. We don't want to hear from you if you don't support the crown. You're a traitor to the cause. So there we have it. Glasgow Celtic champions. I do indeed, Daddy Dowd. There we are. Take the stolen crown jewels back. What stolen crown jewels? Royal Britannia, I say, a very good song written by a Scot. What about that, guys? Isn't that beautiful? Like everything great in the world, it's the Scots that are behind it. Where can I meet you, says Notorious. Oh, I don't know. It depends. I would need to be out and about, Notorious. Because unless you give me economic assurances, independence is a fantasy. Well, I can give you an economic assurance right away. The second we became independent, you would be £48 billion a year better off. That's an economic assurance, isn't it? And there would be no deficit. Do you have your own radio station? Well, I did at one point, but we had a stewardship problem. I used to listen to on Monday night, 9 p.m. at a great shoe-in on the radio. Danielle, was it not 10 p.m.? It depends where it was. We were even on at 7 p.m. at one point. Cheers, everybody. Has everybody tried out the YouTube channel? There we are. I love you so much, says Notorious. Notorious, you're very kind. What station are you on now? Well, we're not on a station at the moment. 31 years of Scottie McClue in about, what did I say, 3 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time, something like that. The 27th, Monday the 27th of June, we started. Scott, do you not think the monarchy is unneeded? The crowning itself costs around 125 million. Peter Payne, of course it's needed, because you need, if you're going to have the crown as your symbol of authority, you're going to have a custodian and curator. And that's where the monarch comes in. The rest of the people are there to support the monarch and the crown. Yep. So, I mean, the last count, I think the Royals had brought in £2 billion 1 year. So I think we can manage a wee 125 mil for a crowning, since the last one was 70 years ago. So if you divide the 125 by, what have we got, around 70 million in the country. You know, you're talking, what are you talking, £1.30 each or something, £1.20 each? So there you are, large packet of crisps. Just still visit the Forge Market. I do as often as I can, Robbie. It is an outstanding place, and the people that run it are lovely. There we are. And I mean, I must see if I can get back to see them. We did their Christmas commercial on Scottish television a few years back, and that was a great success, apparently. DINKY-DOO, Scotty, can the Falkirk chaps get a shout out, please? Huge shout out to Falkirk. Would an independent Scotland's monarch be the same as the current, or would be a new monarchy? No. The monarch at the moment is Scottish. Scotland took over the crown in 1603, right? The present king has Stuart bloodlines. His mother was 50% Scots, his grandmother 100% Scots, his grandfather a direct descendant of Malcolm II, the first king of Scots after Kenneth MacAlpin. So the monarchy is Scottish. In 1320, April 1320, we voted the monarchy in and wrote to His Holiness the Pope, because we were all Roman Catholic then, wrote to His Holiness the Pope and asked if we could choose our own monarch. So you started off with the House of Bruce what was the start? The House of Stuart, Stewart, and then you went on to the House of Bruce, and then the House of Balliol, John Balliol, Balliol College, Oxford, and then, so Oxford's main college is Scottish, and then following that you went on to the House of Stuart, and then the last one was George the First was the House of Hanover took over. What do you mean fake history, J.D. Donnelly? That is the true history. What do you mean fake history? J.D., I'm wondering if you've maybe, you're halfway towards becoming a wit. So there. Now, what have we got here? Thatcher was an evil brute, not worthy of UK politics. She was very, very bad. Very, very bad for Scotland. The problem now, Scotty, the monarchy is outdated. No. What's outdated about it? They're the representatives of the crown. So where's your outdating come from? I ask you. Have you visited Canterbury and Kent? A long, long time ago, F-document, I think. As a toddling child, I did a tour of all the cathedrals. But I don't know if I went as far as Canterbury. I can remember Salisbury. I can remember Guildford. I can remember Coventry. I can remember, obviously, Glasgow. St. Giles, I know well. St. Machars, Aberdeen. St. Nicholas in Newcastle, Lincoln Cathedral, I can remember, the great big one just outside Birmingham, Durham Cathedral, of course, great love for it. We've done Salisbury, haven't we? Truro, Winchester, yes, absolutely. Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's. So, I know my cathedrals, but I don't know if I've actually been to Canterbury Cathedral. As much as the cost. So the cost is tiny. Millions and millions are spent on them from the tax money. No. Now, you see, the tax money is very tiny because they're virtually self-financing. So the monarch's money comes from the Duchy of Lancaster. The heir to the throne's money comes from the Duchy of Cornwall. Round about the 20 million quid mark to run the households. So very little coming from tax money. I think they brought in 2 billion and the security was 168 million. So you do the math there. That's what it's all about. If you visit Scotland, it's a nice place. So Kent is stunningly beautiful. We love it. Nothing comes from clinging on to the monarchy, claiming its abolition would ruin the UK. So there you are. Yes, indeed, its abolition would ruin the UK. Well, no, I think probably Brexit has ruined the UK because it cost 250 billion. Okay. So do the math there again, I say to you. Good day, mate. Hip, hip, hip. Tally-ho, hip, hip. Excellent. So what's that? Is that good? Are you having a hip replacement? Or are we talking, it's a bit early for rose hips. Scotty, do you recognise the new Queen? Well, the new Queen is the Queen Consort. So really, that's not a problem. And you see, the monarchy actually doesn't have any great power, because it's constitutional. So there's really nothing to moan about. Do you remember doing a show on Scott FM? So there we are. No, I didn't do a show with Tim. It's an outdated hierarchy. The sooner people realise this, the sooner we progress. What do you mean the sooner we progress? We have progressed. Monarchies are shambles. In what way, Chrissy? There's no shambles. So there you have it. Kieran says fake talk. Kieran, why are you doing fake talk and fake news and fake history? Well, that's why you're on Scottie McClue. Hello there from Orkney. Another cathedral, St. Magnus. Yes, indeed, I say to you. How have we progressed? St. Magnus in Kirkwall, am I right? How have we progressed? Well, we progressed hugely. You've got to remember the monarchy is 2,347 years old. 2,347 years. So do you think a few dafties shouting, "Not my king," is going to change that? I don't think so. What would you rather have? I mean, America would love a monarchy. Have you ever been to Paisley Abbey, Scotty? Can I tell you, Robbie, my family gave the monks the land to build Paisley Abbey. What about that? And I think it was about 1100 or something like that, 1120. Have you ever visited Calgary in Alberta? No, but I had family in Calgary in Alberta. My second cousin from Milport set up a bakery in Calgary. So there you have. Have you ever been to Ireland? Very much so, Kieran. I could probably tell you every blade of grass in the Emerald Isle. Ewan says, I'm also from Orkney. Guys, we've got the Orcadians with us tonight. Is that not beautiful? Can everybody get sharing and the TikTok? Have you ever heard of Papa Stronce monks? Yes, I have, David. Now that surprised you, didn't it? Yes, the Papa Stronze monks, and there's Papa Westray, indeed. What have we got here? Fivor has shared. Scotty, are the lines open? We can open them, Glenn. What have we got here? You're still with us, David. Oh, yes, That's right, when I disappeared to do the sharing. Guys, lots of new YouTube and TikTok videos for you. Get on the TikTok videos. See if you can make one of them go viral. I told a little funny joke this afternoon. I thought it was funny. Little funny joke in the last one. See if you can send that round. Good evening from Blackpool. Good evening, Bobby in Blackpool. God didn't want Jesus on the cross. You all know the 10 Commandments. Yah. That's his name. We do know the 10 Commandments. So there we are. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy mother and thy father. Thou shalt not kill. Love the live. Dinky-Doo Notorious. We love doing the live with you. Fantastic. Hello, handsome lad. Scotty. Did you go to Hogwarts? Well, yes. I came in to my room at Hogwarts, and there was a witch sitting on my computer. And I said to her, what are you doing? She said, just a quick spell check. Oh, see what I just did there. Ah, how good is that? Hashtag be kind. Scotty, have some news to share. Right, Glenn, I shall put the lines on. Guys, we want to hear Glenn's news. So I'm going to open up the lines. 0141 628 9795. Get liking, following, check out the YouTube channel. Very, very important. Have you got your wooden toilet seat yet? I'm saving up for that. Nearly blew away there. You're live in Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty. It's me, Glenn.
Glenn Dinky-Doo. Guys, can we all hear Glenn? I think it's very important, so know everything's working.
We welcomed our little girl into the world anyway, Scotty. She was born on Wednesday.
Oh, Glenn. Woo! Guys,
thanks, guy.
Glenn is the father of 2 lovely little girls. He is a fine man, has a fine lady, and about 10 past 2 on New Year's morning, 2 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah.
So 1.5 years ago. Yeah, 1.5 years ago, Glenn's daughter was born. This week, Glenn's second daughter was born. Woo!
Nice one.
Nice one, Glenn. Tell us the news. How's herself? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's coming on fine, Scotty. She's had another cesarean section, but...
Right. Well, you know, somebody once asked me, you know, if a cesarean section affected you. And I thought of a chap that still goes out the sunroof of his car.
Exactly.
Only teasing, only making light of a serious moment. I hope you don't mind. Now then, what's happening then?
As well, Scotty, when I was born, to be fair.
Were you cesarean?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you are. So they got you out nice and clean.
Out the sunroof.
Right, straight out the sunroof, top man. Well, hey, that speaks for itself. You're all right. And
everybody's coming on fine, yeah, definitely.
Everybody's coming on fine. Oh, Glenn, that's brilliant. And are they still... So this was Wednesday?
It was Wednesday, yeah, 10 to 10. 10
to 10 in the evening?
In the morning.
In the morning. Wednesday morning, 10 to 10. So what are we talking? We are talking, don't tell me, Friday the 26th, Thursday 25th, 24th.
She went into operating theatre about just after 9:30. She came out about 11, something to 11, yeah, roughly.
So the 24th, Wednesday the 24th.
Wednesday the 24th, yeah.
Wow.
I was actually in there as well.
Oh, well done, my boy. And you didn't faint. You didn't faint.
I didn't know.
You're a top man.
I surprised myself, like, to be fair.
Oh, somebody's just sent me a hat, Glenn, and it's gone straight on my head.
Yeah, I went in with the old glove, you know, the old surgical gown and everything.
Oh, yes.
And the hat and the cover up on your footwear kind of thing.
Right.
It was a great experience, to be fair.
Well, hey, well done you, Glenn. Very brave. The expectant father.
Brilliant experience.
Now, who have we got here? Tom Phillips says, well, Scotty. Tom over in Belfast. David McCafferty, I can hear him. Congratulations. So he can hear you. And Susan said, congratulations. F Document says, nice one, Glenn. Elise, remember the lovely Elise that phoned us one night. Kate is watching from Carlisle, and she says, you're obviously a very big royalist. You can have her share of the latest. Isn't that lovely?
Tamsin and Tamika.
So wait a minute.
Tamsin was our first little girl.
Tamsin
was our second little girl.
And again, Glenn, please. Second. Tamika. So they are Tamsin and Tamika. Wonderful names. Yeah. Now, Glenn, are we allowed to ask where the names came from?
My partner decided on that, to be fair, Sky. Right.
Hey, listen, whatever, Glenn, I say.
Exactly.
It's just wonderful. Yeah, no. I was just wondering if you'd chosen them and if it was after somebody else. So Tamsin and Tamika, that's beautiful.
Tamsin and Tamika, yeah.
Oh, wow. And they're still in the hobby?
Well, she came out on Thursday.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So you're not in hospital as often as they used to be.
No.
To be fair.
So you're all at home?
Yeah, we're all at home.
Mr. Martin says Tamsin is a Cornish name.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. So herself's not Cornish, no?
No, she's half West Midlands, half Sheffield's got her.
Oh, well, hey, listen, that's a pretty good mix, isn't it?
Dudley and Sheffield.
These are both...
My mum's been put back in hospital, Scotty, anyway.
But does she know about the little one?
Not really. She knew we were having her this week. She was going to be born this week and all that, but...
So she's a grandma twice, though, Glenn.
Yeah, hopefully that'll help her come through all this.
Yes.
Mental health and that.
Oh, I've just been sent a beautiful swan, Glenn.
Brilliant stuff.
Wow. That's a swan visiting the wee one.
Are you getting on the new Scott?
No, we're just pressing on. You hear it all, Glenn. I mean, fantastic. So there we go.
And the weather's picking up, isn't it? Definitely. And
Elise says, Kate from Lincoln wants you to wave at her. Hello, Kate. Woo!
if we'd have done this back in the 90s,
the what one, Glenn?
If we'd have done all this back in the 90s, what it's like these days through the internet.
Oh, well, wow. I mean, well, can you imagine the Hallam FM show? And you could also see us. I don't know, though, was the radio better? I mean, I'm not any great oil painting, obviously. Do you know what I mean?
You've done. You're not giving yourself enough justice, Scotty. You're selling yourself a bit short.
Bit short. Go on the telly. Go northwest tonight and Yorkshire tonight and all that.
All Yorkshire folk will be out on Monday, Scotty, for football anyway.
Fantastic, absolutely great. It's interesting. You can't live everywhere at the one time, Glenn, but I've had such wonderful times in my life. And Yorkshire, of course, twice I went back to Sheffield. Twice. Do you know what I mean?
Hallam magic.
Well, yeah, so almost 5 years of my life have been lived in South Yorkshire.
Honorary Yorkshireman,
that's Yorkshire, Scotty. Come on now, lad.
Forever.
Now, mostly, it's the other one, isn't it? Now, you can't come down here, Scotty, and think you're Yorkshire, lad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's none of that. It was, that's Yorkshire, Scotty.
Well, you adapted to it well, didn't you?
Well, I can remember, I think I told you the story, first night in the local pub. You don't like to push it because you're new to a place. And I was looking at a copy of that free newspaper, and I'd got myself a pint, and I'm sitting quietly, and this lovely South Yorkshire voice rings out, "Are we not good enough for you or something?" And I turned around and said, "Oh, hello." And it was one of the locals I'd met. He said, "Come and join us. We all get together at this time." And that was me. And it was brilliant. And he went, "Here he comes." So I used to get to the pub and they go, "Aye, turns come."
I mean, if you look at the best films from Yorkshire, Scotty, like Full Monty, Kes.
Do you know I had to queue up in Sheffield at the supermarket, the one overlooking, you look out the windows and you just see nothing but green hills. And I had to queue up for my copy of Full Monty on video.
Brilliant.
There was a queue out the door. It came out on video, Full Monty, and everybody was buying one. I can't remember what it was, 13 quid or but everybody was buying one, and we're all queued up. Do you know what I mean? It was great.
Fantastic. I mean, you've got Brass Stuff, haven't you? Pete Postlewaite.
Oh, Brass Stuff, again, as you know, one of my favourites. I mean, you know, I have to confess, I tear up a bit, you know, Glenn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
definitely. I tear up,
Pete Postlewaite, a brilliant actor.
Wonderful actor. And, of course, the whole one, Ewan McGregor, the whole lot. And, I mean, Sue Johnson and the girls in it as well.
Exactly.
You know, up the Royal Artillery says hi. There we are. They love all that.
They're bringing Brookside back, Scotty, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, beautiful. You know, that's it's Amanda Burton, isn't it? In Brookside, yeah. And all the cast, fantastic. Jimmy Corkill.
That's the one, yeah.
Was that right? Jimmy Corkill as well.
Jimmy Corkill, yeah.
Jimmy Corkill. You know, Ricky Tomlinson, fantastic. And I loved Brookside. Now, you see, I was in Lancashire when Brookside came on.
Yeah.
You know, and just tremendous. And I've loved a little part in these. And there was a girl that was at drama school with me. She was in it. I won't say which one, but you know.
I get the gist, yeah.
You know, absolutely. It's quite funny. I quite often watch the telly and I go, "Hey, I know him."
What did they say, Scotty? That the based still game on you and Scotty?
Apparently, yes. According to the still game people, apparently, I didn't know this, but somebody told me, said no, they've actually said that. They heard Scotty McClue, and then they used to see me in newspapers and on the telly, and they got the idea, you know, get the bonnets on and get out there, and they've done it very, very well. I mean, how popular is that? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And then you've got 2 doors down, haven't you?
2 doors down, you get that as well. And of course, I can remember it was ITV that brought us all these wonderful days of different things. So in Scotland, you could see Coronation Street, Emmerdale, all that. We used to send you take the high road, you know.
Yeah.
My mum used to put you on the radio, and we used to all sit and listen to you for the years in the 80s and 90s. Says Jamie, is that beautiful?
Fantastic.
Hey, Glenn.
It's a massive compliment to you, though, Scott, in that.
Well, no, I thought this afternoon, this is why I do it, because I love the people talking. I love a new generation discovering Scotty McClue, even at this. And a guy had the temerity this afternoon to say, TikTok, YouTube, bit of a come down. And I thought, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. The thing is, Glenn, 150 million have watched the TikTok videos. So I don't think that's any come down, I'll tell you that.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad. Bev's telling me to check my emails.
There's not, but you see is where you get where you're going, to be fair.
Well, I would hope so, because let's not kid ourselves. There's a couple of people on the telly, and there's been a bit of a shout about one this week. I shan't go into it. And
I think we know what you're talking about.
We think we know what we're saying. But, you know, the problem is they've turned out to be not what you thought. And I don't ever want that to happen with me, ever. Do you know what I mean? I would just be so ashamed if I thought, you know, people found out there was something different than what they thought. Do you know what I mean?
Precisely.
There's JD saying, was you in 1 o'clock gang?
I mean, Scotty, I think sometimes, not going into any detail or anything, but they put on a different persona, don't they, behind?
I think they do, and I think that might be one of the reasons that I'm not on the telly, because, as you say, what you see is what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
And they maybe don't want me on there, gobbing off and telling the truth about things. They maybe want to say, whoa, Scotty, stop. You can't say that. You know what I mean?
You'd have been on Big Brother in no time, wouldn't you?
I've just said it. Well, I told you, that's right. I told you we auditioned and got offered, and then they thought, nah, problem is, you know too much about television,
You shake one or two things up, wouldn't you?
Here's the wonderful PK.
But that's...
PK says, I used to listen to your Scott FM years ago. And Alice says, great show tonight, Scotty. Loving Glenn's chat.
Exactly. You don't want none of that snobbishness, and
no.
You want to just have a decent chat, don't you?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, it goes through me like a knife if somebody says, you're a snob or something like that. Why would I be? Do you know what I mean?
You're only going to get caught out eventually, are you?
Well, of course, this is it. And you see, Glenn, the thing is, I wouldn't do this if I was a snob.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Somebody would say, how do you fancy popping onto YouTube and TikTok and talking to the people? Oh, no.
Nice.
Can you imagine that? But can you also imagine how much I would lose out? Could you imagine how much the people would lose out if we didn't all get together?
You'd be lying to yourself, wouldn't you, and the public as well, really, wouldn't you?
It's a nonsense. It's a
No,
nonsense.
it's just,
people are people.
Bonkers.
People are people. And the people on here, we're starting to become really quite an extended family.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? It's incredible because everybody kind of knows. There's Elise, loving Glenn's chat. There's David. Congratulations to Glenn. Susan, congratulations. F document, nice one, Glenn. There we are. All that. Tom over in Belfast.
It just puts everything into perspective when you see what's going on in other people's lives, doesn't it? Instead of...
But you see, I think you're great, Glenn, because you're just getting on with it, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You've got it right, yeah.
Somebody said to me the other day, how are you getting on, Scotty? I said, well, I'm getting by, and they said to me, well, you shouldn't just have to get by. I said, listen, really, no. I said, it's a lot better than not getting by.
Well, that's it for life first challenges at you, doesn't it? It's just,
here's a half-witted idiot here. Glenn, we've got a half-witted idiot here. Scotty not got a clue. Now, why on earth would anybody ever come out with that?
They just want to come out with just some nonsense just to make this all
Scotty not got a clue. I've probably educated that person. Why are they watching?
Definitely.
Why are they watching?
Exactly. There's other channels out there.
Well, this is it. Hey, have you ever sat down at Telly, Glenn, and had a flick through with the zapper, and there's you could go through maybe 50 channels, nothing you want to see.
Exactly.
I at least know if somebody's found us here, regardless what they're saying, I can at least know that they want to watch this.
And like I said, like you just said there with television, there's that much rubbish on TV at the moment, isn't there?
Oh, Glenn, I just wonder what we're doing, paying that license.
Yeah.
And even the news, I think, nah, don't believe that. Or the other thing, they pop up and they say, we have just learned, and you think, you've just learned. That was on the internet a week ago.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's so strange. We have just learned as if it's news.
But what they've got to do with things like that are concerned, they've got like discretions and stuff under where they can't.
Well, they can't. If it's court stuff, if it's criminal, they can't do that. They've got to be very careful reporting that. You know, yeah, absolutely. So you can't do that, but it's the way they come out with stuff. And what did we get the other day? And I couldn't believe it. They say these banal things like the population's down to people having children. You say, really? Oh, we never knew that. You know what I mean? It's all that stuff. And this is what I'm loving about your news this week. It's just great. Yeah. We welcome everyone. Here's a guy, here's Billy saying, this man is a national treasure, Sir Scotty of Pembrokeshire. So he's watching in Pembrokeshire.
100%, Scotty, just keep on doing what you're doing. Glenn,
well, you've always been so good to me, and I say dinky-doo to you, La, and many congratulations.
Cheers, Scotty, anyway.
Cheers, my boy. Bless you.
You're welling me up with it now.
Well, I'm not surprised because you've done a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Thanks,
you and your good lady, and I think you're a great guy. If I could have a son like you, I'd have won tomorrow.
Nice one, Scotty.
All right, my boy. Love you lots.
Thank you, Scotty. Love you, Scotty.
And dinky-doo, Glenn. That's our Glenn from South Yorkshire. A fine fellow. Guys, what a great call. Dinky-doo. Oh! You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who is that? Hello?
Hello, Scotty.
Hello. Who's that?
Oh, it's Tom.
Tom from Belfast. How lovely to have you with us, Tom. Good. I'm very glad, and dinky-doo. Tom, somebody's here asking me Rolls Royce or Bentley. I don't mind. I always thought if I was going to have one of these, I'd have a Bentley, but I love the Rolls Royce as well, the S type. Sorry.
I didn't have much luck with my own car today, Scotty.
A problem? Did it let you down?
It let me down, Scotty.
Oh.
The old battery went on it.
Oh, the battery's gone. Now,
could have been worse.
How old is the battery? Do you know?
Well, it's since I had the car, it has never been changed, so it's about 4 years.
Oh, that's about. I was just going to say to you, you got in before me, Tom. About 4 years is about right for a battery. Anything else, you're taking a chance. And to be honest with you, they're quite good value because they're around what, £100 maybe. You know,
well,
and you'll get a guarantee.
Car, you know?
Is what was that?
It all depends on your car.
It depends on the car. Yes, absolutely.
Of course, obviously.
What's
but I was saved by the trusty Ford Fiesta. Was able to give me a jump start.
You got a jump start. This is wonderful. And the other thing I was going to say to you is the battery charging okay?
The battery, that's the thing, Scotty. Whenever I jump start with a Fiesta, away it goes.
Oh, yes.
As soon as I stop it and try to put it back on again, no life.
No life now. Well, it sounds like it's had it as a sealed unit. It's not one that you top up with distilled water.
No, it's a sealed unit. I have to bring it over to Volkswagen's closed on Sunday, so I'm going to bring it over on Monday.
Right, excellent.
Covered with my warranty, so it'll be all right.
Oh, you'll be laughing. Good for you. Well done, I say to you. But no, 4 years is probably not far off.
Do you have a car yourself?
I do, yes. I had two cars so very recently. One was 23 years old, and the other one is 31 years old.
All right.
So they're quite good. So they're just getting running.
Well, like that Volkswagen group can take the arm in you sometimes when it comes to the price. You know, like I wouldn't want.
Well, we'll not mention any particular brands, Tom. You know what I mean.
Right.
We tend not to mention the brands. We don't do businesses. We don't do second names, that sort of stuff. But you know, they're excellent cars. Of course, I can go back. Yeah. My mother had a Beetle in 1964 Beetle.
Yeah, that was my grandfather's first car.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And of course, very difficult after the Second World War to get selling German cars in the UK.
That's right. That's right.
Because they
And then
went
you've
back
got
to the 40s, the Volkswagen, the people's car.
We weren't able to get our Yorkshire tea in them days.
That's right. You couldn't get all that. Absolutely, Tom. Here's a guy saying, what's your pronouns? Harris. We don't do any labeling on here. So there we are. We just don't do it. People are people, and all you need is a first name when you're calling. We're not interested in all your proclivities.
Controversial topic.
It's very controversial, but to be honest with you, we're not interested. If you have a society like Scottie McClue here, we're not bothered.
No, that's the right way to be. It's the right way to be, sir.
You know, we're just not interested. And regardless of anybody's race, creed, colour, sexual orientation, sexual proclivities, what they identify as, none of it matters on here. All we need is a name.
Yep. Did you get up to much yourself today?
Yes, busy day today. A lot of domestication. In other words, the high dusting.
Oh, yep.
We had to.
Gaelic match there today. It was a good crack.
We had to be. What did you do today?
I was at a Gaelic match.
Oh, yes, wonderful. Do you go to the hurling? Do you have the hurling?
I don't really bother with it too much, but I watch it, you know. I watch it the odd time.
What a clever thing. Very, very big down south.
It is big time, yeah. It's big up here as well.
It'll be big up in the north as well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go.
The town that the king went to.
Oh, yes, Armagh.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. That was great. We get all the news over here as well. Have you got your BBC back on?
I don't really know how that's going, but I've got my BBC Ulster going. We've got the radio and BBC Foil and the whole lot going.
You're back there. That's fantastic.
Yeah. BBC Ulster. Normally at this time, BBC Radio Ulster will have a bit of jazz on or something. Between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock in the weekends.
I'll tell you what you could do with over there. Scottie McClue's phone in. Scottie McClue's phone in over there. That would be good.
Yeah, it'd be something good to have on, you know?
Yes, get that on and get the chat going. Because as we were saying last week, you know, like the Scots, the Irish people know how to do a bit of chat.
That's right.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Tom, lovely to hear you. And as we say in the best of circles, a good dinky-doo to yourself.
Dinky-doo's funny, dinky-doo.
And stay fabulous.
Will do. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Tom. All the best. Dinky-doo, la.
All the best.
That's our Tom on Belfast. Fantastic. Our top man. Scotty, a big shout out from the Isle of Bute. Good evening, sir. Dinky-doo. When you were asking me about Bentley and Rolls-Royce, do you know that 60% of these cars manufactured are still on the road? Is that not amazing? PK used to listen to you on Scott FM. What's your thoughts on the Olympics? Thinking of making skinny dipping a sport? Yes, I don't know about that when I've talked. I'd rather skinny chips. I can remember I was out having a wee meal recently and they were offering skinny chips. Scotty boy, much love from the heart of Shullins. It's Utopia out here. Dinky-doo, Mr. L. Fantastic. Last call, guys. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? It's who? Who's that? Hello? We don't know. Right, there we go. Sounded as if he was being held hostage. So there we go. Now then, that's fantastic stuff. Good night, sleep well, Scotty and everyone, says Susan. Great show. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll just get rid of Paul here. That's lovely. So he's gone. Wonderful. We like that. And that's that. Guys, remember, never be a dafty on here. So there we go. There's Ewan wanting blocked as well. Fantastic. That's you away, Ewan. No bother at all. Thank you so much for that. That's us, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Follow me as much as you possibly can and look out for the lives. Dinky-Doo. I say to you, how wonderful. Fantastic stuff. And my beautiful, beautiful YouTubers, thank you for joining us tonight. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you for watching. Hashtag stay fabulous. Good night. God bless. Dinky-Doo. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Bye-bye. And again. Bye-bye.